Okay, so now we're walking into the international baggage claim as we work to meet U.S. Customs and Border Protection technical design standards. We don't have the luxury to get it right most of the time. We have to get it right all the time. We're at the approach end of runway 9, and what we've done is we've added this entire taxiway, Bravo 9, to provide for additional capacity.
It's time for Live in Tallahassee, the #1 entertainment show in the capital city. Amazing events, local groups, and your friends and neighbors on TV. These LIT partners make our show possible. Esposito Garden Center, Office of Economic Vitality, Bear Waxing Center and Spa, Bearno Heating and Air, Tallahassee Ford, and Silver Digital Media. And now, here are Joel Silver and Kenzie Krieger.
You are looking at Tallahassee International Airport. On this episode, we're talking with Director of Aviation, David Pollard. We're going to look into 1 million passengers a year. We're going to talk about over 800 million in economic impact, and that is the focus of the entire episode tonight of Live in Tallahassee. And welcome to this special episode of LIT. And joining us tonight for the whole show, we are so thrilled to have you for our big interview, Mr. David Pollard.
Thank you for having me.
David, it is great to see you. Thank you for joining us. And the airport is such a big topic of conversation in our city. And it's such a great airport that there's people that love our airport, and there are people that want to know more about the airport and what's coming. So we thought we would dedicate this entire episode of LIT to the airport and just what is happening here.
Well, we have a lot going on here at Tallahassee International Airport, and I'm so pleased and privileged to be the Director of Aviation out here as we continue to transform this airport and move it into the future.
I want to start with one of the most exciting things that's happening, and that's our international terminal. Under construction now, but slated to open soon. We've been hearing about it for so long, and there's a lot of confusion about what it means. So let's talk about that international terminal.
Sure. So it started years ago, as you might imagine, as we took these steps to start with the renaming of the airport, the rebranding of the airport, and looking at the airport as a resource for this community and this entire region of Northwest and North Central Florida. So as we continue to take these baby steps forward, with each of those steps that's required to become a true international port of entry, I'm pleased to say that we are about to open the International Arrivals Facility, which will incorporate both 200 passengers per hour capability to process those international arrivals, while also incorporating a general aviation facility that can handle the business and general aviation needs of our community.
All right, now we're not going to sit in the chairs the entire time, because when you have David Pollard here, he is going to show us things that we don't normally get to see at the airport. We're talking International Airport, so you have now brought us under construction, International Airport. This is what everyone's excited about. Tell me what we're looking at.
So we're looking at a 40,000 square foot addition to our main terminal building, known as the International Arrivals Facility. This is a facility that's been designed with U.S. Customs and Border Protection's technical design standards that we have to meet, but it provides an ability to provide for both domestic arrivals, meaning flights coming from within the United States, as well as international arrivals. So we call that the swing gates, and that's what we're getting ready to show you.
Okay.
Is the swing gates. We'll have 2 swing gates to the International Arrivals Facility.
So we walk through here.
And so what it provides is an ability for the passengers getting off the boarding bridge. If it's a domestic arrival, they will come off the boarding bridge and into the domestic facility as it is today. If it's an international arrival, they will be routed via the security protocols that we'll put in place, and the various doors and security systems will route them into the international facility.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you just told me also these bridges are air conditioned.
They are air
conditioned.
conditioned. Right? So we're
that's a big step.
We've now, with the hanging of these latest 2 at our gates B5 and B6, we've now completed the replacement of 6 of our 8 passenger loading bridges here at Tallahassee International Airport. We're going to continue to replace the final two here in the near future. But what we've added is significant improvements to the air conditioning, the baggage lift that's incorporated into the boarding bridge itself, and again, making it much more convenient for the passengers. So both for the volume of air going onto that aircraft and the volume of air that's coming into the tunnel as they're waiting to board or deplane that aircraft. Okay, so now we're walking into the international baggage claim. As we work to meet U.S. Customs and Border Protection technical design standards, they require the passengers to collect their baggage first before interviewing with the customs agent.
And this is going to be the look that we're talking about. Airy, bright.
Modern, airy, bright, and contemporary, yes. And so modern restroom facilities, a mother's room, a service animal relief area, family restroom, drinking fountains with water bottle filler, all the finer details that make that travel experience as great as it can be.
We're going to get bags, and then we know the process here. Then you got to go to customs and get checked in.
Yes, so once they collect their bags, we'll have stanchions set up here with the queue lanes that provide access to the customs processing here. And as they transition through the queue lane, interview with the agent. Once they clear, this is what we call primary processing. So that traveler that comes in, interviews with the agent, and clears with that agent, they will certainly be directed to the exit lane, much as the passengers know our current exit lane technology today.
Yep.
They will exit out, and that takes them right out into the center concourse of the main terminal.
All right, we're out here on the terminal apron, and this is what you were telling us about.
Yes, so these are the new cooling towers that tie to the chillers down below that we just saw. Notice there's two of them, so we always provide what we call N+1 redundancy, and that is our ability to be redundant and be resilient. If one goes down, the other backs it up and all. So again, I always say we don't have the luxury to get it right most of the time, we have to get it right all the time.
One of the biggest topics everyone always talks about is more airlines. And one of the most exciting announcements we have is you are bringing in a brand new airline that's going to be flying right here in Tallahassee, right?
Very, very much so. We are looking forward to the launch of Breeze Airways here in Tallahassee, providing nonstop service to Fort Lauderdale's airport as well as Raleigh-Durham. Special thanks go out to our Office of Economic Vitality, Blueprint, our interlocal agency, the combined city and county commissions that come together as Blueprint, and certainly our city leadership and city commission, as we piece together a package that allows us to have more funding available to be able to lure these airlines to our community. There's risks inherent in starting service to a new community, especially a smaller airport like ours. So we understand what makes Tallahassee special, but we've got to be out there convincing these airlines on how they can make a profit, mitigate their risk on startup costs, for example. And now, of course, you've got issues with flight crews and fuel costs, for example. The two biggest costs an airline has to think about and endure over time. So we want to mitigate those risks as much as we can and bring them into our community.
I love it. So there's your update. It's pretty exciting. It's Breeze Airways coming, an international terminal, and this is only the beginning of our conversation. And we're going to be taking you even to more places around the airport as we keep exploring this amazing place. All that when the #1 entertainment show in the region returns right after this.
Hey everyone, Bill McKinney here from Tallahassee Ford. Just want to share a few things with you. The most important one is we believe buying a car should be easy. Where do you belong when you pull up in a dealership? When I try to put myself in the consumer's shoes, I pull in and I wonder, where's my spot? Your spot's anywhere you want to be. Our process is your process, and we're just thankful that you included us in it.
We are in the grill aisle at Esposito's. Kenzie is next door at Lily's with other gift ideas in just a second, but I got to show you. Check it out. Genesis is here. Napoleon, green egg in the next aisle. This is the place to get a grill, and there is no more popular gift for a dad than a grill, because every dad loves grilling. So come on out and check this out. Free grill assembly and delivery amongst other specials when you come in to Esposito's.
I'm here at Lily's, and they have a ton of fun stuff for Father's Day, especially if your dad is an outdoorsman. You can see behind me that there is a whole display of things. This is by Rocky Mountain Rustic, the brand, and you can see that they have a machete, so your dad might love that, especially if he's really into the outdoors, hunting, all of those things. There is also a whiskey smoking kit, and how cool is this? They have several different flavors. There's oakwood, cherry, hickory. This is such a fun thing to do with your dad and something that you guys can just enjoy together.
Live in Tallahassee is back on the air. We are with David Pollard still. This is a really awesome room we're in. This is called the what?
The observation room.
Observation room. And this is open to anybody that wants to come up here and watch the planes come in and out and everything, right?
This is. We like to make this space available. Actually, on the wall, just inside the door, is air traffic frequency. We've got speakers in here where they can turn that up and actually listen to the live air traffic and look over the runway and taxiways and the terminal apron.
I love it. All right, now from this standpoint, I mean, this is awesome to see the whole airport. I want to give you a couple minutes here to talk about the stats of this airport, because it's a huge place, it's a huge business, and so give me the stats in terms of airports. What do we have here?
So I keep going back to that overall annual economic impact. Every 5 years, the state of Florida does a study of the economic impact of all airports throughout Florida. So we went from a $399 million annual economic impact and jumped to an $859 million annual economic impact. The state of Florida is positioning to do that study again here in the near future, and so we'll see what those results provide. But as we look ahead and think about the impact of everything we're doing, our focus on infrastructure, our focus on pavements and all these different things, the amenities to our travelers and passengers, the service providers, all these things, as we look ahead, we've got to consider those and keep things moving out here. So we're on the terminal apron right now. What you'll see is a FedEx aircraft actually taxiing in, taking an alternate course because of the construction associated with our Taxiway Bravo project. So we're going to go out to the runway, and we'll also review Taxiway Bravo as we're working on that and rebuilding that taxiway and runway infrastructure. Our longest runway here at Tallahassee is 8,000 feet long, and that's our runway 927. Runway 27, coming out of the east, is what we call our primary runway approach, with a parallel taxiway that is known as Taxiway Bravo. And so the 8,000-foot runway, for example, we had the recent, last year, the Florida State Charter that went nonstop Tallahassee to Dublin, and nonstop Dublin back to Tallahassee. So if there's any question of what is our capabilities regarding runway length, I think that's a good example. That was the A330 aircraft that was able to do that with full passengers, full fuel. So where we're at right now is on Taxiway Bravo. As we work on Taxiway Bravo, which is the parallel taxiway to our primary runway, anytime we work on a new project, we're also bringing it up to the latest design and safety standards. A good example of that is if I turn around here, for example, and face the terminal, we used to have a taxiway that led straight to the terminal apron. Well, you can no longer do that. It now requires two turning movements just for safety reasons for those aircraft going out to the runway environment. So we've eliminated a taxiway there, and we replaced it with another taxiway that we're going to call Tango 2, T-Tango, right up here. And so this pavement we're on now is all freshly laid pavement. We just added the centerline markings. We added the centerline lighting, new edge lighting, new signage. all these different things, all while staying operational here at the airport. So we're right now at taxiway Bravo 9. If you look at the new signage that we put in as we lead up to the runway environment, we're at the approach end of runway 9. And what we've done is we've added this entire taxiway, Bravo 9, to provide for additional capacity. So what that means is on a day when one aircraft might be holding short because there's, I'll make it up, bad weather in Atlanta, Delta can't get out, they're holding, American can come and get out, right out and taxi on by. So we call this a bypass taxiway that keeps the operations moving out here. I point to some of the latest markings as well. These are called enhanced taxiway centerline markings. They inform the pilot that they're now approaching the runway environment, and as we get to the runway itself, the actual hold position markings, along with surface painted markings and the signage that really provide increased visibility to the pilot and awareness to the flight crews that they're about to enter an active runway environment. So all these little things that we're doing to increase safety out here at the airport. Due to the hard work and efforts of our staff, the support of city leadership, the community, blueprint funding, all these things combined, we've pulled in over $100 million of federal and state funding since 2017, which is when I started as airport director out here. And we've also got another $35 million of projected funding that's going to be coming in over the next couple of years. So all said and done, we're on track for $135 million of investment utilizing state and federal grant funding since 2017. So as we turn the corner here off onto our right-hand side, you'll see one of Florida's first electric aircraft chargers as we work to provide the electrification needed for advanced air mobility. You'll see two heads on that charging unit. One is for the aircraft, and another, as you noticed earlier, I unplugged my vehicle. We can also charge our ground vehicles here as well. So very pleased to partner with Beta and Millionaire Tallahassee to bring this to our community and position us for the future of aviation.
David, we see the solar array out your window.
Yeah, so up on our left-hand side, you'll see the world's largest on-airport solar facility with a combined capacity of 60 megawatts. And so we built those in two phases, working with the city utilities, and just very pleased to have that on airport as we look at electrification and the importance of electrification as we continue our journey ahead. So what I wanted to show you here is the new Aero Center Tallahassee FBO facility. That's adding more than 11,000 square feet of additional office space at the airport. And once they complete that, right next to it will be a new 25,000 square foot hangar. We'll ultimately demolish the remaining piece of the old terminal facility and build a 25,000 square foot hangar right there that again adds additional capacity at this airport as our demand for hangar storage space continues to increase.
I love hearing about this airport. A lot of people don't know all this, and what a treasure we have here. When you talk about all the things happening at the airport, it makes me think of tourism. Okay, so we have an audience of tourism professionals, we have an audience of tourists, really all over the state of Florida. So talk to me about the role that an airport plays in helping with tourism in a region.
Yeah, so again, it's important to me in working with our stakeholders and partners out there. We have, as you can imagine, many different partners that we work with throughout the course of any given day. And so I take very seriously our responsibility to provide a welcoming environment for those that are coming into our community. So whether it's for research over at Innovation Park, or whether it's for a national conference coming into our community, or simply a business owner that's looking to relocate their business to our community. We want to provide the best first impression that we can as people come into our community, and a welcoming atmosphere for those that are visiting our community. So as far as tourism, we do everything we can to partner with groups such as Visit Tallahassee, Visit Florida, and others as we continue to make our way ahead, and do everything we can to advertise. We advertise in Florida Trend Magazine, Site Selection Magazine, just doing everything we can to highlight what a beautiful place Tallahassee is in this surrounding region.
Yeah. And I mean, for a lot of tourists, you're the first thing that they see. And this is how they make their first impression of Tallahassee.
Yeah.
And it's a nice place to land. I know a lot of people that like this more than Tampa and Orlando, because you get here, you land, you're out the door in mere minutes. Yeah. And so I feel like this is a great first impression for them to see what we have here.
Yes, and it's important as we talk about ease of travel and coming into our airport, whether you're coming in, arriving, or departing, the ease of use, the quick in and quick out, and what makes it special. The little things, free Wi-Fi in the terminal, close-in parking, available access to business centers, and some of the new additions we made down there in the terminal with concessions and things of that nature. So we're just constantly looking and listening to our travelers, trying to understand their needs, their appetite for a smart travel experience, which incorporates the use of technology, the mobile devices that they use, their ability to charge those mobile devices, all the little things that make travel much easier.
And I love the way the terminal looks now. It looks fantastic. All right, that's segment 2. We have one more segment with Mr. Pollard. I don't know about you, but I am loving this conversation, and it's so interesting to me, and it's great to hear all this stuff. When we come back, we're talking about advanced air mobility. We're going to talk about the future and what it means, because we're a big, big part of it in the state and the country, so I'm excited about that. We'll be right back with more at the Tallahassee International Airport right after this break.
My name is BJ Van Camp, and I'm the director of Lively Technical College. I love partnering with the Office of Economic Vitality, Keith Bowers and Daryl Jones, who recruit and bring businesses to our community, where Lively Tech trains up the next generation of skilled workforce to support our community. And if you want to find out more about our Lively Tech programs, we have 30 of them. Check us out on livelytech.com.
We're in the AG section here at Dillard's. Chris is here with a special update on Father's Day.
Yes.
What about this event?
Yes, so on the 20th, we're going to have our men's event. It's going to be the biggest one yet. You guys could come in for pre-sales. We're doing pre-sales right now, so that way on the 20th, you could get your items in. When you do pre-sale with us, you do get a special basket that consists of fragrances and other special prizes. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Chris is actually the stylist here, and he will be here on that Sunday and usually every day. So here's the deal, folks. You want to come early and you want to pick out the stuff for the father in your life. Then you come on the 20th, you pick it up, you get the gift basket. Correct. You get all sorts of other things happening here. Yep. Like
we have live music playing. We also have walk-in tacos. We're going to have a barber. And it's going to be a whole bunch of fun.
It's going to be amazing. And check out the flyer in the comments on the Live in Tallahassee Facebook page for all the details. We'll see you this week at Dillard's.
Okay, now, the topic I've been waiting for, advanced air mobility. As someone who does videography and photography, sometimes with drones and unmanned vehicles, this to me is so interesting. Give everyone the update on advanced air mobility and what it's going to mean here at the airport.
Sure. So very pleased. The state of Florida has done a wonderful job setting the stage for advanced air mobility. They started out a while back establishing an advanced air mobility working group, which then became an advisory committee, and planning and getting with stakeholders to pre-plan the next era of flight, which is advanced air mobility. The state of Florida working to become the first commercial provider of advanced air mobility here in the very near future. And so we're one of 4 airports throughout the state of Florida right now that has an electric aircraft charging station. So people think this may be far into the future. It's much closer in than people realize. and we're proud to be a part of it on the front edge of its emergence.
This is why I'm glad you're our director of aviation, because you are thinking about the future, and to be one of the first with this is amazing. But tell everybody, we're going to be taking electric vehicles. You'll be able to fly from one airport to the next, a close airport or a close region as well, right?
Yeah, so the state of Florida has now released their business plan for advanced air mobility. And in that business plan with the state of Florida, we will have connectivity in the future to Tampa, we'll have connectivity to Jacksonville, and we will have connectivity to Pensacola. And more to come as well as we continue our planning efforts and thinking about electrification, chargers, vertiports, and working hand in hand with our partners at the state and our partners at the Federal Aviation Administration. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of detail that we have to think about, both the infrastructure, the airspace, and how they transition into the airport environment. And on the flip side, how they go out of the airport environment to the destinations they're headed to.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine how much there is to analyze on all that. But when you mentioned those three cities, so Jacksonville, you're talking about we might one day be in an electric vehicle, aircraft, leave here and go to Jacksonville on a direct sort of path.
Yeah, so that as this continues to emerge, we have to think about the range of these aircraft. And so as that technology continues to mature from these equipment manufacturers, that will define the range and whether or not it's a direct path or perhaps a one-stop path to that destination. But that's all being planned right now as we continue to study it and look at the various range of these aircraft and all as the technology continues to mature.
Right,
So.
and it gets better every day. So
Yeah.
who knows what it's going to be like 2 years from now.
Yeah.
But and I know they're all developing it right now, but what will that experience, that flight experience be? Will that be a 4-passenger vehicle as you know it, or what have you seen out there?
Yeah, if you think of almost like a quieter helicopter, for example, right? So they have stabilization, and so they self-stabilize, very easy to fly. In the future, they'll even be autonomous, right? And so the future's very bright, and I get very excited about where all this is going. And from the standpoint of looking at the airspace planning and the vertiport planning and being great partners with the state and the FAA, the security aspects of enplaning and deplaning, things of that nature. There's a lot to think about and a lot to plan, and I'm pleased to say we're positioning very nicely as we look to the future.
I love that we're a leader in it, and I'm so excited about all that, and that's going to be a great spot to end our interview. We're fresh out of time, and we did the whole 30 minutes here because I knew there was so much to talk about, but thank you so much for joining us on this special episode, and it's just been a treasure. Is there anything you want to leave everybody with? What do you want to say to the people?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for using our airport. Thank you for your thoughts, your ideas, your suggestions. They matter. They make a difference. We continue to listen, and we'll continue to listen as we continue to press ahead. But it's important that we understand, above and beyond anything else, safety and security must come first, and we'll continue to stay focused on that.
Thank you for leading it all. David Pollard, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Live in Tallahassee. Stay with us. We'll be back next week.
Thanks for watching Live in Tallahassee. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for more content.